let's see. I guess we'll just start in the back. It's easier.
All right.
The boiler's ready to come out, but I'll have to get a trailer or something here that day and just slap it out the door.
So today's Friday.
Yeah.
I'm recording for my YouTube channel. It is out.
There you go. Flip that light switch. Right on the wall there.
Right here.
Yeah. I opened this up for you.
Nice.
It's a little wet in there because I caught the rain, but so basically the pipe back there, you can come around the corner there. See it back there in the corner on the top? That 1.5-inch pipe back there?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that is the cold water that's going to go
Coming
to the
in.
heaters.
Into here. Okay.
This one, the bigger pipe on the bottom,
Yeah.
that was hot water going out, like your manifold.
Okay.
And that little line on the top, the 3/4, that will be set up with a recirculating pump so that the water's hot at the units, or at least really warm.
Okay.
We got to figure out what the design temp is too of the washing machines, so that we know if it's 140, 160.
Okay.
I mean, I can't imagine it's too hot because somebody's kid will put their hand in it eventually. So, all right. So, some of what Ron and I figured out today. Obviously, I got to move this back a little bit. All right. So this one, I took pictures of this, and I'm going to email them to you tonight. This is 3-phase.
Okay.
All right. So 120, 120, 120. It goes in this trough. It comes through, and it goes into this panel, which is also 3-phase. So 120, 120, 120. Now here we have these double breakers, right?
Yeah.
And we do have space, so we just need to figure out how to get these to be single breakers. And maybe not. I'm still working that out. Ron and I are going to have a little discussion on Sunday, but I'm going to map this. So me and him can sit down, or him and I can sit down and go, okay, this is how many spaces I have. How can we do this the smartest, most economically friendly way? So inside this trough, the wires come in from outside. 3 main wires come through here. They're split. They feed this one. They split again, and they feed this one. This one here, we don't really have much space per se. I might be able to take these blanks out. I didn't really look at it. Like I said, I took the covers off, took pictures. Anyway, so that's what we have. All of these, anything in here that's a single breaker is 120 volt.
Okay.
Anything that is wired as 220 or 240 normally is officially 208 because it's 3-phase. So you just need to know that when we get machines coming.
Okay.
So what I've come to find out today at the end of the day, these 200 amp breakers that are feeding sub panels, one out by the middle of the room and one in the back little surveillance area. These are where those feed from.
Okay.
So
That's what those are up there. Okay.
So basically, we can go out to the other room out here. I was trying to give you an overview of what I've learned so you know without
absolutely.
having to come back through and figure all this out.
Absolutely.
We need to give Subway some notice so I can shut their water off for like 20 minutes. All right, so this panel, what I believe this one does is, so there's 10 breakers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 10, almost 10 double pole, 208 volt, 240 volt, I forget. But either way, those wires go into these Romex looms. See the Romex running behind there?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, so those are technically hardwired, but Ron says they have to be swinged out or changed out to armor case.
Okay.
So that nobody gets shocked or cut or whatever.
Okay.
So what we talked about is this box, because it's, well, one, height wise, 2, it's just in a bad spot and there's so much water next to it. We need to move it somewhere.
Okay.
I'm thinking the back. I don't know exactly which wall, but if we get it, all your utilities in one spot, I think that's just overall easier.
Right. So can we keep marching down that wall?
Yeah. We can come down the wall, but we just don't want the breakers and everything there. So we relocate this. maybe we change this wall, make it a little different or divider so that the electric has its own raceway versus running next to all these pipes. You just don't want all that electric and all that water.
Mixing together in the same
Yeah,
spot.
because the armor case, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
The spot, like the little pigtail
Yeah,
scroll. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so ideally Ron said we would separate it. I told him I just have to see what's in that wall. And then we have that other panel that's back in here. This is where one of those other breakers come from.
Right.
Those 100 amp breakers.
Mm-hmm.
So this one,
Let's feed all these units here.
yeah, there's more wiring there though than for that. It looks like that does a lot of your,
Oh,
like your main lights going out. Like there's lighting circuits.
Yeah.
So basically we put that one in the back too, just so it's all accessible. But there's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna move that.
Well, it's what it really comes down to is just making sense.
Okay.
I mean, if we put it in the back, but we that breaker that I showed you the other day that's cracked.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find one of them. All in all, though, really just the runs, and then for the washers. I looked in here. We took this apart, we moved stuff around a little bit, and back here. So these machines are actually 110 like normal. So this is actually 120 volt.
Okay.
So those plugs, it looks like there's maybe a 4-pack or a 2-pack, I guess. Those we're gonna have to just make sure they're ground faulted so that nobody gets shocked.
All right.
Just, this most likely with children, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then all these lights,
Mm-hmm.
see how they just ran the Romex?
Oh yeah.
So we just need to teach Ray or whoever just to do the armor
It's gotta
case.
be armor. Okay.
And it should be easy. He should be able to just jump it.
yeah.
And it would make more sense if we went up, secured it to the ceiling, or the wiring, just so there's room to move them. Because with these being so close, you technically can't like drop it down.
All right. Yeah. To repair. or
Got to
move.
leave a little bit of slack in there for us.
Okay.
All these junction boxes in the ceiling are technically legal, but we're gonna have to figure out what they go, what they feed from.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a building like this, there's so much stuff that people have touched.
Mm-hmm.
Ron was worried about, I guess somewhere in the world, I don't know where, but somebody touched the bar for the ceiling and actually got shocked. So we just need to make sure it's all okay.
Huh.
Like this wire just hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah.
No idea what it does, but and those aren't so bad. Like because I remember we have the gray wire there.
Yeah.
So it's nothing. I don't think that's anything different than what we talked about. Just
Okay.
going through it and seeing.
All right.
Because anywhere there's a hole, somebody looked for something.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, it's not that bad. This other wiring, what we need to do with that is obviously secure it. So we got to get some boards. Like I think that's what they were trying to do with these wooden boards, a place to secure junction boxes.
Okay.
But we just need to get some framework up there, have a place for a junction box to be, and then just make sure you know where they're at and identify them.
All right.
But nothing. I don't think it was anything crazy. The biggest thing was just getting everything in armor case.
All right.
The 110 stuff, so the wires feeding these will have to be armor case also. And then back at the dryers. So I don't think we have to change out we don't have to do anything with disconnecting the power from the place. You know
Okay.
how like in Malta we had to cut it off?
Yeah.
I think here we're just gonna be able to turn the disconnects off and actually fix stuff.
Okay.
So anyway, what else? That's about it. I got a good idea on what we're doing with the water, so we're gonna make sure that Renai sent me like 27 pages. I have to print it out and read it because on my phone it's hard, but those can go, right?
Yeah.
I tried getting them with a ratchet, but I really need like an extension because the bolts are in there. They actually spin, so my guess is somewhere like a panel comes off or something. People are always so weird about the money, like,
Yeah.
but whatever.
They spin?
Yeah, they spin, but they don't come out.
Oh.
So I think what it's going to take is like maybe a little pry bar here. This one looks like it's in the wall, like it's recessed. These two are not.
Yeah.
So I just got to bring some ratchets and an impact, and we can really get those down.
Okay.
But this is the one I found the 40 bucks in quarters I gave to Tressie yesterday.
I told you should have kept it.
I'm not keeping it. It's not mine. That's what I told her. I said, it's not mine. I put it over there and I forgot it. Subway stuff is actually good. We traced the wire. That's okay. That's what that big giant wire is.
Okay.
That one's good. The wires coming in from outside are good. The propane is on. I will get the heater connected to it next week, but I have to be able to pressure test the building first.
Okay.
So
All right.
I just
That's
don't
cool.
want to. I don't want to take a bunch of stuff apart. I don't want to start taking machines out because you know how that's going to go, right?
Yeah.
So,
So
hopefully.
who was it? Was it just a tech? That
Yeah,
came
just
to,
a Marinac tech.
to tech. Okay. So
I've
I
seen
thought
them
the
around
tech was
before.
going to come first and then fill it, but they actually filled the tank and then had the
Yeah,
tech
they sent Alexei or something. He's a big Russian guy. I see him all the time.
Oh, okay.
They sent him to fill the tanks yesterday, and then this guy showed up to go, why isn't it connected? You want to go look at the pack and punch machine back here?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know what the plan is with all this stuff back here. I feel like some of it's got value. I mean, all these spare parts and belts, I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
I don't know, maybe the guy that takes the machines, but...
maybe we can box it up and stick it upstairs.
Well, I was
for now.
thinking even if we just got a bunch of totes or boxes, we could get all this out of here.
Yeah, and then we'll go store it upstairs maybe.
Yeah. Oh, also, I know when Ray comes here to do the scrapping or whoever's doing it, there's a
Uh-huh.
bunch of copper upstairs.
Okay.
All that stuff is cut out of that room.
All right.
All right, so back here to the dungeon. Oh, the water's almost gone. So this chimney here, it's not too bad. It was way deeper earlier. But so you got the chimney, which that we can definitely take out.
Okay.
But you know, from the top down in the spring. Don't start here. This isn't as heavy as it looks.
Yeah, you were able to just push that back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took the pipe off that was here because it was impossible to get to. So I'll stub it out so that you can get to a gas valve. It's, I don't know, it's just weird the way they did it.
Okay.
But this thing's ready to go out the door. I think it'll fit out the door. I hope it does.
Should be. I mean, that's why I think they.
Yeah, I'm sure the
Well,
doors
it's
here are just
big.
for service.
Yeah.
I've opened it. It
there's-
opens.
On the outside, it looks like this
Yeah, there used to
whole
be a door
thing.
here.
Yeah, there's a great big kind of door
Yeah.
looking thing. So maybe.
But this should go. It should. I opened it up. The biggest thing you have to worry about is there's a couple telephone lines.
Yeah.
So when you open it, they catch the door.
Yeah.
Definitely want to get a couple more light bulbs. I forgot them at the hardware store. I want to see if any of these work because this is like the dingy part of the world.
Oh yeah.
That pump is disconnected, and that can go.
Toss.
Yep, all that sheetrock stuff. I took out the bigger sheets, put them in a laundry thing, but that stud can come out, and then we'll be able to walk through here.
Nice.
This will be way better for heat, just because no matter which end you put heat at, it'll get there.
All right.
So. Just needs a little couple pieces of new sheetrock and stuff, and then we got to get all this piping insulated. I don't know, they have shit everywhere, but it's nothing abnormal. It's all just we got to make sense of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping. I don't know that we'll be able to get Renai's here. I got to see what they ordered, but we might be able to get them all on that wall, and if not, we'll put them on 2 walls or whatever. Because they're going to send me the 17 option plan. I already know that it's okay. You can buy a giant tank, you can buy a bunch of water heaters, you can buy 1 water heater and 1 big tank, but either way, we're going to wind up with a storage tank.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I just because if we put a, let's say 150 or 200 gallon or 100 gallon, whatever. Usually they recommend like somewhere between 100 to 150. So let's say we put a 150 gallon tank in here. That tank gets hooked to an aquastat, which the water heaters will recirculate the water and keep that temperature on that tank. And then the tank will be what's drawn first. So the water heaters will only be filling the tank. I mean, they'll obviously filling the system, but you know, your recovery rate's better because water heater goes right to the tank. The tank pumps out of the bottom of the tank. There's a nice pump, goes up to this manifold right here, and that'll supply the system.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's probably going to be the best way to go. I haven't read they go through everything, what the temperature of the water is here,
Okay.
what the sea level is, because I gave them the address, so we need to know the exact stuff.
Okay. Wow.
So I'll have better. I'll forward it over to you.
Yeah.
There'll be a couple options on there that you and I will both have minor coronary events over. They sent me one time. It was like $140,000. I said, okay, it's hot water. I called him back, this kid, Jared. He's a great guy. I said, Jared, I can put over an eye on every single machine in this building for that much money. But anyway, so not too much is going on here.
Right.
I just don't know when everybody will be here. We can get manhandled at.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow we'll be here. I think Ray wants to come.
I didn't want to put it outside with a sign that said free on it because I figured might as well scrap it. You're going to the junkyard anyway.
I don't know.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah. I don't mind somebody just coming and getting it.
Well, we can do that too. If you put that copper out there, that'll last about 8 seconds.
Yeah. Right.
All the big copper, every piece of copper's outside or on the bench.
That's what Ray did. He contacted this on Facebook, this scrapper group, and told them to come hit
They're
Malta.
like parasites.
And he went and they
Yeah,
cleaned
they're
out a
like
bunch of stuff.
parasites, man. They will be here and all over it. So, on the heater, Monday it renews for another week. I
Okay.
told Tressie that they took the rate from $420 something. It's $215 a week,
Okay.
which plus propane. But we haven't even used one tank yet.
Oh, that's good.
So I just need you to check the tank if you guys are coming here for the weekend. Just,
Okay.
I mean,
You sure didn't go out?
it doesn't really use that much.
No, I don't think it's been bad
This
at
is
all.
going on day 6, 5.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been running nonstop. So, you guys have any questions for me for the weekend, or
I don't think so.
I mean, really, that stuff's got to go back up. And if I told Ike,
Uh-huh.
anything that's metal, put on top over there. I just didn't want it thrown out,
Okay, yeah.
and they don't want to throw this out. I'll put this is just a couple of sticks, and it's back together.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and this is where the mice were. This is where the super highway was, right there.
Oh, in there.
So remember that duct came out and it made a turn
Uh-huh.
and it went this way through that
Yeah.
whatever that hole is.
Yeah.
So the mice, there was an 8-inch cutout on top, and they just had filled the inside of it. So when I took it down, it looked like a log of insulation and other stuff. So I'm gonna buy a cap for that
Okay.
and cap that completely because that goes into the wall in Subway and I can't find it. So I'm assuming they just went over it.
Okay.
So, and I told Ike leave all the insulation in the ceiling because I don't see any reason we need to replace it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Agreed.
over here is insulated pretty well, but a lot of the wiring and stuff just needs to get ran different. But it beats putting panels in and all that other crazy stuff.
Okay.
So,
Sweet.
but I am going to find out, and this occurred to me. So I know it has to be armor case, but I wasn't sure if the armor case. This is a question for Ron. Does the armor case just have to be in this hidden wall?
Mm-hmm.
In other words, can I leave what's there and put a junction box?
And
Like
then
I was
armor
thinking
it
if I did
down.
it up in the ceiling, who's going to hit it?
Right.
So I'm going to find out if we armor case like that,
Okay.
because it would save you money.
Mm-hmm.
Because coming all the way from the panel, I know it's like another 25 feet, but it's 26 times.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the wires for this bank work, you see all that gibberish?
Yeah.
So they ran that to here, tied them together somehow, ran them to here, and ran them down the wall. And my take is, if we have to rewire these, we should come down here, and then the runs would get shorter, the longest run would be there. Instead, like running it to the middle just wastes a lot of wire. If we came across here and then we just made like a
Start
bay,
peeling them off. Yeah.
it's just easier to save money. It's like with the water. I'm trying to figure out, and I got I got some good ideas on how we're going to get the water main as short as possible,
Okay.
because we don't have any other place to put the water heaters. Like I have to put them on an outside wall. So
Right.
unless you guys want them up here, and I don't know, that would be the shortest run.
Put them where?
Put them up, where Tressie's planning on having her.
Oh,
walk.
the water heater's there.
Yeah, but I feel like where it was in the corner,
Yeah.
honestly, the recirculating pump will take care of the additional run, but to me, if you really have plans for that space, it's going to make more sense.
Yeah. Since we're gonna possibly be storing clothes or
Yeah, you have to have a
packages.
shelf for
Yeah.
clothes, and then if you guys do package pickup or any of that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it just makes the most sense to have it tucked in the corner. I mean, we'll be able to hopefully maybe be able to walk through there.
Yeah.
But if we get a bigger, it depends on the size of that tank. So that may not exist until we take the chimney out.
Okay.
But if it's fine, you can walk around for a couple months. Everybody's knocked on this door today. 3 different people and asked me when you're opening.
Really?
Yeah. and something else I found out. One of the people was from the new complex Panaccio built, and they don't have a laundry there. He's like, I don't know why we don't have a laundry, but I need a laundry. When would you guys be open? I said, it's probably going to be a couple months. I said, I don't know. I'm not the owner. I said, but I'm sure they're going to announce.
Hopefully.
But he was like, we don't have a laundry in that building. Man, that's like a dream.
Yeah.
A single mom and a couple of kids stopped by. Are you guys open yet? And I'm like, no. She goes, oh, you're just not reopening? I'm like, no, I think they're doing some upgrades. And she looked in the door, was like, oh my God, yeah, I think. So.
Yeah, so they're ready. They're ready for their laundry.
Yeah.
Good.
Everybody's told me there's nothing around, and nothing within walking distance. That's
Oh yeah, that's what Jan was saying. There are a lot of people here with no vehicles and they walk. So
it's
be a
like
lot.
you're going to walk your laundry down Main Street, huh?
A lot of people do apparently.
Well, I guess they make those little old lady carts. I don't know what they're called. The little, like these
Yeah.
push carts.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like you're going to have a hard time stocking it up.
Yeah, I guess not. No.
Damn the bad luck. Shucks. Yeah, but every single one of them, I said, well, you use this laundry? Oh, yeah, we used to use it all the time. The machines suck, though. That's like everybody's complaint, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'll change. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what these things cost, but in my head, I'm like doing
Oh,
the
they're
math
probably
ready to
about-
vomit.
Yeah, they're about $5,000 a piece.
Yeah, you better negotiate.
Yeah, that's why most of those companies offer financing because who in the world has,
Yeah, well, the thing is, what are you going to do? Go borrow three? I mean, I guess you probably could borrow $300,000 and stock it up, but like it would be if you're loaning that kind of money, it would make sense to be the guy getting the money.
Yeah, yeah. So they get the sales, they're going to get the interest on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least it's like everything else, right? Even when you buy a new truck, right? Get the truck that you want, and then go renegotiate the interest rate.
Yeah, right.
That's what I always do. Yeah, I need that truck today, please.
Cool deal.
Yeah, it's not too bad. That's a lot of money though.
It is.
At $5,000 a piece, but
We'll see. Between 3,500 and $5,000, depending on the machine, is what I've been seeing.
oh yeah,
But
but it makes sense.